cultural, and political achievements of our women. It is a month to celebrate the significance of women, as well as many of the contributions and achievements of women throughout history. It is a time of reflection that deserves and serves for a call to action for meaningful involvement of women in all processes. All organizations in their respective mandates are encouraged to celebrate International Women's Month to support, raise, inspire, and motivate women. And I was telling Ambassador when I got here, I said, you know what? I know and I'm ready to run this march. I may not be very young, but for March, I will run all over the place because there's so many of those activities and we appreciate them. It's okay. Don't worry. So it is a month to celebrate the significance of women and looking at their contributions and achievements and also going back to history and say, where did we come from? Where are we? Where do we want to go? So let's continue to support women. I wish to applaud the organizers of this meeting for being ahead of time in launching this every stage of a women campaign. And this is happening right on the beginning as we go tomorrow, 1st of March. As you might be aware, this year's International Women's Day is running under the theme, and I quote, investing in women, accelerating progress, unquote. This is as pronounced by the United Nations. The theme is in line with the provisions of SDGs, which all UN member states committed to achieve. And I attended one of the meetings where discussions was going on about SDGs. And the truth of the matter is not many of our countries have moved. Most countries are below 15%. And we are saying at that speed, then it will take forever to achieve. But there's one thing I believe. If we can concentrate more on SDG 5, it has got a multiplier effect with all the other SDGs. So this is something which we need to really, and SDG 5 undertakes reform to give women equal rights to economic resources, as well as access to ownership and control over their land and other forms of property, and also financial services. And promote even development-oriented policies that support productive activities, decent job creation, entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation, and encourage the formulation of growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises, including through access to financial services. So definitely, if we can concentrate on SDG 5, we'll have that multiplier effect. Ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding this, women face several challenges hindering their financial inclusion. These constraints range from women's low literacy rates and their educational levels, gender gaps in wages and income, lack of collateral, limited representation of women in the national financial inclusion ecosystems, high bank and mobile bank tariffs, and limited access to information and networks. It is also reported that there is a staggering 320 billion deficit in spending on gender. There is therefore need to implement gender-responsive financing, which a lot of you are doing, and we are very grateful. And so we need to increase investment in areas that have a multiplier effect on the achievement of gender equality and women's empowerment. And truly, they've been talked about sexual and reproductive health, and we've been told by the Deputy Minister of Health, and it's important to deal with that maternal mortality rate and bring it down. Prevention of non-communicable diseases such as cancers. That again, there's a lot of work which needs to be done. A lot of work has been done, but we know we can do more. Because when you say there's a lot of work to do, It doesn't really mean that government has not been working. It doesn't mean that you have not been working. But we always say, we can do it. Much more can be done. We need to intensify. Definitely, that's true. And this is what I said when I became the minister. I'm coming from the Ministry of Information, and I told my staff, what is not known is not done. So when we are coming up with our projects, whatever, we salute the members of the meeting, because then they will be able to disseminate information to all the others. Because if it's not enough to have rights enshrined in a constitution when the women out there are not aware of their rights. So the issues of awareness, I was talking, you will be seeing us coming to you for a number of documentaries of the work we do. So that it's not just, it shows that, oh, this is what Swedish embassy have done, this is what EU has done, this is what Switzerland or French or whatever, but it's about making awareness to the benefit, to the potential beneficiary, so that they know. When I was the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, after 42 years of independence, I'm glad through my leadership, my principal, the president of this country, I managed to license 6 other commercial televisions. So we have increased the best